that was, and there goes in with the knee. That was. It seemed to be more of his forearm hit him as he ducked down. I don't think it was a deliberate forearm. Nevertheless, the referee there is giving him a warning. He's giving him a warning actually for pulling him onto the knee. Well, I'm not so sure that is really fair, because I think the guy ducked more onto it, but that's the way it goes sometimes. Action heating up something here. Oh, good roundhouse kick. Just skipping over the top of his head. We're getting a little bit of athletics from the referee there then. He'll coming in with this flurry, and up comes that roundhouse kick, hit him. So he ducked his head to the right, so it just scraped over the top, but nonetheless it actually caused him to go down momentarily, so the referee will award for that. Because of the break there, I wasn't too sure. I can't be too sure about exactly what's going on. I think that the referee was calling for an extra 1 or 2 minutes on this fight to get the decision out. The action slowed down quite considerably now. I think they've both probably taken a little bit of a breather after that flurry just a couple of minutes ago. Good switch there, good switch from throwing to the lower body and then bringing up a roundhouse to the head, but it didn't quite make contact. Oh, nice takedown, nice takedown. Just sweeping to the inside of the ankle. Following up again there with that jumping heel kick. I think both of these guys are looking rather tired now, so there's a lot of power has gone out of their technique. And that's the end of the round. So it's over to the judges for them to make the decision now. We've got a split decision there. I think that they're going to go for an extra fighting period. I'm not too sure. We'll have to wait and see. No, the decision has gone over to the guy on the left. I think what happened there was you had the judges making an equal number for each side, so they went to the arbiter that we see sitting at the front of the screen here for him to give a final decision, and he's obviously come down in favour of the guy on the left. The referee has to keep calling the fighters to the centre of the fighting area every time they step out over and beyond that red area that you see at the back of the screen, which runs right around the fighting area. If an opponent continuously steps out from there, then he will get warned and eventually disqualified. The referee just stopping to adjust the guy's dress there. It looks like his belt was coming undone. A nice spinning kick there, but being out of distance so it doesn't score anything. The guy in the black belt seems to be the stronger of the two fighters, particularly with his punching. A good attempt at a roundhouse kick there from the yellow belt. Left leg roundhouse kick on to his opponent's leg. And again. And again. That can really slow a man up. You continuously kick in at one leg. Get several kicks in and very soon the guy can't walk around. Well, that's the end of the competition anyway, so it's not going to finish as a knockdown, so it goes over to the judges. And it looks like the judges are scoring a draw, so we're going to end up having to have another couple of minutes of competition. So the guy in the yellow belt is continuing this assault on his opponent's legs in the hope that he can weaken them down. So that wasn't any knockdown there, the guy, he just spun around with that kick and lost his balance. Oh, nice low kick. That was a nice low kick, taking his opponent right off his feet. Still striking with the low kicks to that, his opponent's right leg. And say if he doesn't block those, then he's going to be limping about something really shocking later on. Again, that low kick goes in. And this time, that was a good switch now there. He changed from the low kick up to the head. It didn't quite make contact, but if he'd have managed to twist it in harder, it would have really had a very good effect. But nevertheless, he's dropped his opponent, so that will be effective on the judges' scorecards. Unless there's a radical turnaround in the flow of things now, I think the guy in the yellow belt is definitely going to win this competition. So it's over to the judges, so we'll just wait and see what must have this time. Yeah. All judges in favour of yellow. That's a very fair decision. He certainly turned it on when it was necessary. was a nice looking roundhouse kick to the head, unfortunately just not any real effective power in it. You've got to get just the right combination of technique and power in order to score a knockdown. Unfortunately, the majority of kicks that are thrown to the head just don't quite have it. The referee seems to be getting very much involved in this fight. I think it's a very good idea to see the guys then, if you notice that they're carrying their hands open quite a lot. That was quite a good looking spinning kick, but again just not quite in distance in order to get the power into it. And they're saying that, you know, they're fighting with their hands open quite a lot. That's got to be a bad idea, because if you take a kick against those open hands, you can very easily get your fingers broken. I always recommend to keep your fists closed when you're doing this sort of thing. It's not a good idea at all to keep your hands open. With a nice spinning crescent kick there. Unfortunately, the camera was not quite at the right angle to get that properly, but if we'd have got it up a little bit higher, he could have connected with the jaw, we would have had a knockout there. Well, that's the end of that competition. And to be quite frank, I think it's anybody's guess as to which one of them's won that. Oh, there you go. The judges are coming down as a draw, so we're going to go on for another 2 minutes. So I didn't think there was very much in it, to be honest with you. Carrying a fair bit of excess weight, the guy on the left. Certainly isn't a help to you when the going starts getting tough like this. Well, that was a very tired attempt at a spinning kick there. It never ceases to amaze me that fighters, when they get really tired, yet still sometimes to attempt to throw kicks like that. Now he's caught him with a kick to the groin there, so we'll have to wait and see as to whether or not his opponent is able to continue on, because it was quite a hard kick actually that went in there. He could get outright disqualification. Certainly he'll have points deducted, which will probably determine the outcome of this particular fight. Well, he appears to have recovered okay, so maybe we'll just be looking at a foul point deduction. Now, I've got an idea we're going to get a decision here, because you know we're seeing one of the judges put the whistle into his mouth and get hold of the flags ready. So referee just ordering the fighter to adjust. No, the competition is going to continue on, so obviously they are going to just simply take points away from him for that contact with the groin. And that was an attempt to throw a spinning kick to the face of his opponent there, but just about a foot out of distance. Both of these guys now are just basically leaning in on each other, close in with the punches and the knees. So that's the end of that competition. I think now that it will definitely go to the guy on the left, particularly with the points deduction that would have resulted as a result of that foul. No, I think we have another draw. Well, that's surprising. It surprises me anyway. Now what they're doing now is it goes to the weight. They will weigh each of these guys, and the heavier guy will lose. And it's pretty obvious who is the heavier guy, so it's the guy on the left who wins, which for my part I think is a fair decision anyway. But that is a rule in this particular form of competition. If after the end of a couple of rounds they haven't reached a decision, then what they do is they weigh both of the fighters, and the heavier of the two losers. So it certainly pays to make sure that you come in just inside the weight category, just inside the top of the weight category. That weight rule may be considered to be a bit of a tough thing when you think about the fact that just a 2 pound or 1 kilo weight difference can decide the outcome of a fight, when in reality it doesn't make very much difference to the actual effectiveness of your opponent. I wouldn't consider that a man who only has 1 kilo weight advantage over me to have any particular amount of extra strength or anything. You might have just had a bigger dinner or something like that, so it can be quite a tough way of losing. That was a good blow there. I think that blow was first, straight to the stomach and a winding, so that is a good blow, good reverse punch. Just seeing that in action replay again. Roundhouse going in there. I think it comes in now with the... No. I'm not too sure now whether or not that was an actual punch or the actual roundhouse kick that winded him, but whatever it was a good blow, and certainly results in a good score and point for him. Both exchanging some good, powerful techniques now. This is what the sport is about. When people come to see knockdown karate, they come to see full power blasts going in from the fighters, not semi-contact stuff like we saw in just one of the fights earlier, where the crowd started responding with a slow hand clap. guy in the green belt showing himself to be the more determined and aggressive of the two. He's being driven out of the fighting area again, so the referee will stop the match and bring them back to the centre. And that's the end of that particular competition. I it looks like we're back into the heavier weight of this particular competition now. Well, certainly the guy on the left looks like a considerable heavy. In fact, he looks considerably heavier than his opponent. I think the weight spreads are very wide, as there is, I believe, only 3 weight categories in which these fighters compete. So that does leave quite a weight spread, really. I mean, the guy on the left of the screen right now looks quite a lot heavier than his opponent, that's for sure. So it'll be interesting to see whether the old saying of the bigger they are, the harder they fall actually works out. I have no doubts about that. Remember, this is an international Kyokushin karate event which is taking place in Holland. It's quite a popular sport in Holland. You probably know that the most popular fighting sport in Holland right now is Thai boxing, which has quite a considerable amount of similarities to this particular sport. In actual fact, many of those fighters who take part in Thai boxing also take part in these Kyokushin knockdown competitions because of the great similarity between the two sports. One training style complements the other. I would have expected to see far more forward driving from this bigger guy now. Now he's starting to be effective. That's what I would have expected. He's got a considerable weight advantage, probably something in the region of about 50 pounds, just looking at it. So obviously his tactic ought to be to drive forward and just use that power. His opponent quite obviously can't stand up to it. You can see every blow is taken. That was a good roundhouse. It was a sweeping roundhouse kick to the head. Didn't quite manage to make full contact, but certainly looked good. That's the end of that competition. I don't think there's going to be too much doubt as to who will have won that. The guy on the left has certainly dominated all that we've seen, and the judges believe the same thing as well, so that's no surprise that the decision goes to him.
準々決勝最後の一試合です。ゼッケン147番グランベ・ペイトーザブラジル。
Number 147, Grauber Feitosa from Brazil.
ゼッケン168番辰巳はじめ。
Nas pernas dele, Glauber! Aí, Glauber! Glauber, toma e dá, Glauber! Beleza, Glauber! Mais um, Glauber! Glauber, mais um em soco! Mais um em soco! Vamos lá, Globão!